Alright, first off, I wanted to say sorry that daily videos have not been up at my usual deadline of midnight. There's been a number of things going on. Obviously, the 19th was my birthday. It's quite busy. My neighbors did some nice stuff for me, and then I came home and streamed, and I had a bunch of problems. I actually had to get rid of my 8-bit SN30 Pro Plus because it got the sticky button, the plastic under the controller. Got worn out yet again. They did not have any of that exact same controller. The reason for that is that it supposedly got discontinued because there's a new version of that controller coming out. So I went ahead and went with the Switch Pro controller, which is not as bad as I heard it was. The D-pad is not as good as the Pro Plus, but after being through like 5 or 6 of those things, buying the warranties and stuff, is starting to feel like paying child support. uh, my experience with base Joy Cons has very much been the same way. I was going through Joy Cons every few months as well, and contrary to popular belief, I don't play that many. I don't play a hardcore amount of games that often. I really only play like maybe 2 to 4, maybe 5 hours a day, depending on what's going on. Obviously, this past month there hasn't really been anything super impressive or immersive going on right now, so pretty much just been gaming offline. Like yesterday, I hung out with a close friend. We played some Mario 3D World, but I didn't stream it. It's just in private. There hasn't been much going on, so the fact that I've been through so many controllers and Joy-Cons, I just went ahead and got a Switch Pro controller for now. I'll probably do a review for the Pro 2 when it comes out. It's supposed to be out in the middle of April, so once I get paid or I get some money, I'm going to go ahead and pre-order that. Anyway, the next few days I should be back on the normal midnight schedule, and then 2 streams a day. There'll be one from my kitty sitting stream, and then one when I get home. I'm kind of axing the post kitty sitting shift stream to do this. I wanted to tell people about some things I'm going to be doing within the next few days. This is actually quite the eventful week. Obviously, there was the PSO2 New Genesis beta test. I did not sign up for that. It seems like for good reason. I probably would not have gotten in. The other reason is I'm very low on hard drive space at the moment. And the final reason is that they announced a global closed beta test for the global version of NGS. So I'll probably just play that instead. There's been a number of complaints about New Genesis, one of which is the fact that the cancel timings are very stiff right now. They got a lot of complaints about it. I think they said that some BS, like they wanted to make the game more accessible, and it's like, well, the game is already more accessible for one. A lot of the convoluted mechanics of vanilla PSO2, like fixing and upgrading stuff, has been made a lot easier. It's been made streamlined. I don't really think they needed to streamline the combat. The combat was pretty much the best you could get for a free-to-play action MMO that doesn't really have that many pay-to-win elements. You spend money on that game because you like it. I know people were probably expecting overviews from me for that. I just decided to not sign up because I'm very low on hard drive space at the moment. I'm hoping when I get my stimulus, or if I get donations or whatever, I can get another external SSD. I'm kind of just coasting by with those for a while because I think I want to get an NVMe at some point, but right now I'm trying to get a PlayStation 5 and then maybe a 3060 Ti or something, and then I would be pretty much future-proof for content creation, which is the goal of the next few months, is to get to the point where logistically I don't need anything. Or theoretically I don't need any other components to run this on a daily basis. Right now I mostly just need the PS5. I think I can get by without the graphics card. I think the PS5 would probably be good because there's going to be a number of exclusives, I'm sure, from Japan coming in the near future. As you're probably aware, a lot of Japanese games are coming out day and date, day one on PC, but some aren't. Samurai Warriors 5, what I'm looking at here, you're going to find out why I have this on the screen in a second. This is going to be out on console first, and then it comes out on PC and the other consoles internationally about a month later. So I would like to do that version, but if it runs like crap on PS4, I'm probably going to skip it. So I have not received my stimulus yet. I've been pretty anxious about that. So thanks to the people who have donated, it's kind of kept me afloat these past few days of the month. I've been anxiously awaiting my stimulus. I've missed a couple PS5 drops, but realistically, I probably wouldn't have gotten one anyway. That's going to be the next main goal. They're actually going to be showing, supposedly, they're going to be showing gameplay on the 24th. So that's in about 3 days after you guys watch this. I don't know if I'll be streaming it. They tend to, it's a Japanese stream, so it tends to be ass o'clock my time. One of the unfortunate things about living on the West Coast, I know a lot of people get jealous of people who live in California like me, but when you're into this kind of weeby stuff, generally events and streams and updates happen at like ass o'clock. I definitely destroyed my sleep schedule in the past playing PSO2 on the Japanese server because pretty much all the primetime emergency quests were at like 3 or 4 in the morning my time, or like 5 or 6. Yeah, generally 3 to 6 a.m. Sometimes, if I was lucky, they'd be at like 8 a.m. I'll probably be doing an overview for this after the footage releases. I'll probably watch the VOD. Maybe I'll spend some time and I'll splice some clips together and talk over it or something. I think people will like that. That's going to be the next thing I'm doing. I'm cautiously optimistic about this game. It seems like the combat is really not making that many advancements. There's been a lot of people, Doomsday talking about how there's going to be clones and stuff. It's very hard to tell. All those things are hearsay at this point because they really have not shown any gameplay. They have shown some renders, and what's making people believe that is that some of the renders show the characters sharing some of the weapons. It's very possible that there still are clones. Maybe it will be a small amount of them. I think Fire Emblem Muso was decent for what it was, but that game was definitely held back by clones too. There were a lot of characters, and the only difference they had was the passive and their stats. And if you played that game to the end game, the stats don't matter. You can make ridiculously overpowered weapons, and it doesn't matter if somebody has 50 less strength or luck or something. The only reason to really use those clones was if you really like those characters in the source material, or they had a good passive. And I'm not really a Fire Emblems fan at all, so I pretty much just used the ones with the busted passives and then ignored all the other clones. I hope this game won't be like that. I really think that they need to hit it out of the park with this one. Muso's been in a very sharp decline for the past couple years. That's why I made an effort to diversify away from Muso games, or not away, but just putting less emphasis and focus on them. You know me. You look at the stuff that I play. I'll play pretty much anything with good melee combat and good responsive movement and controls. No matter what genre it is, I'll play a shmup, I'll play a beat 'em up, I'll play a platformer like 30XX or the Gunvolt games. I never really wanted to limit myself and typecast myself to one genre. Unfortunately, at the beginning of my career on YouTube, that definitely was an issue, but I've played such a wide variety of stuff that fit those criteria that I just mentioned that it's not that much of an issue. But I really think that if they ship this game with a lot of clones and the combat is not as good as it should be, considering that they cut half the cast, and then there's apparently still clones according to all the Doomsday Sayers, then I think that's going to be a bad look for Muso, and I'm probably just going to continue to play it less. I still do have the Muso games I do enjoy playing, but I've gotten burnt out of them over the years, and I've definitely wanted something new to play. I hope this game will scratch that itch. I guess we're going to find out on the 24th. It wouldn't surprise me if we get like indirect confirmation that there are clones on the stream in a few days. I'll definitely let you guys know. Obviously, my schedule's been a little bit crazy lately. I'm doing the kitty sitting job, and then I'm doing this, and I'm streaming twice a day, and then in between that, I'm uploading a video every day. It can get very stressful, and I'm only one person outside of financial help and my graphic artist. I have no help doing this at all, so sometimes the workload, I need to just like take a break and chill out. But this is going to be happening, I believe, on the 24th. So 24th and 25th, I think. Let me see what it says here. Yeah, I believe it's the 24th our time, like ass o'clock on the 24th PST. So yeah, if you guys are interested in Muso content, this is the next thing I'll be doing. I should be able to get a review key for this, and I'll definitely be a guinea pig for it regardless. Depending on how it runs on base PS4, if it runs like crap, like Spirit of Sonata. I tried playing that game back when I got the PS4. I got my PS4 thanks to you guys. via a donation drive about 5.5 years ago. If it runs anything like that game, then I'm not going to bothering to get an import. I know people will not mind donating. It would probably only be like maybe $70 or so. I could probably even cover that myself, depending on when it releases. But otherwise, I'm just going to sign up for the review key for the PC version. I know people would like day one content, but it's very dependent on how it runs on base PS4. I have the option of getting it on Switch as well, but I know that's just going to be a headache and nausea in the making, like what was it called? Age of Calamity was for me. So we're going to check out this stream on the 24th. I'll probably do a little bit of an analysis of it. I do have Sony Vegas. I just don't use it that often. The things that I do don't really require it to be used that often. I might put together something if you guys would like that. Anyway, the next thing I'll be doing, actually, like I said, this week is pretty eventful. DMC Pinnacle of Combat is entering the first open beta. This is going to be the final test before they release the full version, and that's going to be coming out on, as you can see here, it's going to be the 24th our time. To go ahead and translate this. So it's going to be open for the rest of the month, actually. So this is going to be the next major project that I'll be working on. As you know, I have like a very small backlog right now that I just haven't gotten around to because I've been so busy with other stuff, and also finally learning how to relax. I'm sure you guys have noticed I'm a hard worker to a fault. I don't know how to just sit down and relax. I've always had problems doing that. But yesterday I was just like, I wanted to stream again, but I was like, I'm just gonna play with my friend in private and just chill and eat and sleep. I got a lot of good sleep last night, but it's all gearing up for this. I wanted to play this. I assume that my phone can run it. I heard that they're going to be making this emulator friendly as well. I have not really had the need for emulation ever since I got the Pixel 4a, which can run every game pretty much fine. I don't know how well optimized this is. My phone is very prone to overheating. Is something that I was not aware of until I got it. But it's only when I play native mobile games. When I play emulation and stuff, it's completely fine. I don't know if there's much I can do about that. That was the best phone I could get with my budget. I'm not really a heavy phone user. I don't really play that many mobile games. I really don't even play KOF All-Star much anymore. I coughed up the money for the special signature characters so that my account's kind of future-proof, and I'm really only playing it at my kitty sitting shift. I'm kind of gearing towards retiring that game once this comes out, but I can't really do that just yet because, as it says here, this is going to be open from the 25th to the 1st, so it's going to be open for roughly a week. I'm going to be playing this as much as I can. I want to make some guides for it, some overviews, and just see how the game ticks. Apparently the Android version is going to have some cache content, so apparently it will carry over. Oh, I guess they're doing a wipe, but your currency will carry over. I have a little money saved up from donations and stuff, so I'm planning to. I'll probably test out the cash shop. I'll look at things. I'll try to give a good deep dive for it. That's going to be the next major thing I'm doing. Other than that, there's not much going on right now. I thank people for understanding that, as somebody who uploads daily and I play a very, very criteria-heavy style of game. I pretty much only like games with like really good melee combat or good movement or arcade style games. If the games don't meet those criteria, I'm generally not interested in them. And right now, there just hasn't really been a whole lot going on in that field. There is the Kingdom Hearts 3 Epic Game Store release. I don't have the cash for that right now. I think people would like to see PC ports for that. I'm not really big on Kingdom Hearts, to be honest, but I think it would be nice to try that. I'll try to get that in on the 30th, but right now money's a bit tight, barring donations and stuff. So that's what's going to be going on for the next few days. I hope you guys are happy for this. I think this game is going to be pretty damn awesome. See what they've got here. It's not letting me click on this for some reason. Here we go. So they're going to have Virgil, Lady, and of course Dante at launch. This is a Chinese site, so it's not loading too quickly right now. I guess it doesn't want to load. You see, this game looks really high quality. I can't really see myself playing KOF All-Star much after this. I will still play Honkai Impact. I invested quite a bit of money into that game this month with donations and birthday money and stuff. I will still be playing that, primarily because it has a PC port. I don't know how well this is going to run, to be honest. It might run like crap on my phone. Like I said, the model of phone I have, the Pixel 4a, is very prone to overheating. I notice it happens after like half an hour of playing. I tend to get really weird performance issues and stuff, and there's just like not much I can do about that. I haven't really wanted to install emulators because I think they messed up my install of Windows when I had that little fiasco back in January where I tried to update Windows and I got an endless boot loop because the BIOS was not updated. That was actually a blessing in disguise because A, I got to keep all my stuff, and B, I got a fresh install of Windows and I got all that crap off the computer. If the situation calls for it, I will install it, but I'm gonna just try to play this on phone with my Razer Kishi and Mantis Gamepad Pro. If it runs well enough, I should not need it. However, if it runs significantly better on the emulators, I will install them. But the problem is, I don't know if you guys know a whole lot about Android emulation, but they're all stuck on Android 6, which is pretty outdated at this point. And as these mobile games get more and more complex, I mean, if I play this right now, you'll see how complicated this game is. It's pretty much like, very much like a regular character action game, just on a crappy platform. I can't skip past this talking. Like, as the games get more complex, they're going to run worse and worse on emulator, and a lot of these companies can't be bothered to do a PC port. Like, this looks pretty damn cool. Like, he's doing a Star Rave right there. Admittedly, a very slow Star Rave, but it's still pretty awesome. They added Royal Guard to the game, too. I do not know if this has native controller support, but I'm pretty damn excited for it. So besides the fact that this is actual skill-based combat, what's cool about this game is it doesn't have the trappings of other action service games. It doesn't have cooldowns. It's like an actual DMC game. You know, the cooldown is the recovery time from using the move. And you know, if it's a meter intensive move like something you need to do in STT or whatever, then you have that limitation. But there's no cooldowns in this game either. I tried the Dynasty Warriors mobile game, and it felt just completely ruined by the cooldown system and stuff. This looks pretty damn solid. I'm very excited for it. So this is going to be my next major project. I hope this pleases you guys. Past this point, admittedly, I don't have a whole lot to look forward to. A lot of the games I'm interested in do not have concrete release dates at this time, so as a content creator, it makes it very hard for me to plan and make videos and stuff. But I've got a little bit of a backlog going, so I'm hoping by the time I knock those out, among the other rotation games that I'm playing, some of the early access stuff that's getting updated, that you guys will be pretty satisfied with what I'm doing. So, if you want to support me, you know, I didn't really do that much of a birthday stream. I know people did not get the chance to support as much as they'd like. I got a little bit exhausted fighting with the Pro Controller, and then I ended up playing some games offline with a friend over the internet. So, if people want to support me, they can. I'll probably check out the cash shop on this. I'll try to give a deep dive on the monetization, the performance, and the general gameplay. Thanks for watching.